You will remember that it was at the Diamond Jubilee back in 2012 that the Queen decided just to have the core members of the family on the balcony. And it was a clear statement that this is the future of the monarchy. Of course, then we had Harry there. Now they are further reduced with Harry not being there. We assume that the Princess of Wales, Catherine, will not be there, though that has not been ruled out specifically by the palace. Could be an opportunity for her to step forward for 5 minutes, but I am divided about that because it would seem to me to overshadow the day which is the King's Day. So would she want to do that? I don't know. But I'm sure, well, obviously we'll see William there, presumably the children, and the small number of royals who are now our working royals.
That's what it's all about, working royals. It's about showing off the royals are actually, serving duty and actually properly working. But you mentioned there that Prince Harry won't be on the balcony. We don't expect him to be on the balcony. You've seen him on the balcony before. It's such an important family lineup. All the pictures, everybody's happy, they're smiling, their faces up, watching the fly past. Do you in any way miss Harry being on the balcony, or do you think that one day we could see him return with Meghan on the balcony?
I can't see Harry returning to that, really, no. And yes, I do miss him. I mean, Harry was the most popular royal, wasn't he, a few years ago. And having watched him grow up and known him just a little bit, you know, he was a wonderful little boy and a charming, jovial adolescent. At least that's what we saw. And he was brilliant for the royal family. He did bring a natural common touch, a relatability that would have been a great asset had he stayed. But as far as Harry's concerned, though, I mean, I hope, and I don't pray, but if I did pray, I would pray that he has a happy life now and all that he wanted, the freedom he craved, and he did crave that freedom. The wife he loves, the children he adores, the family life and that model of domestic bliss that he didn't have in his own adolescence. And I wish him all the best.
100%. Another royal who was popular at one stage that won't be on the balcony is Prince Andrew. There's no chance that he's ever going to appear on the balcony again. What do you think would happen if Prince Andrew appeared on the Buckingham Palace balcony? There would be uproar, wouldn't there?
I think there would, yes. We in the media would make a huge song and dance about it. I mean, I don't think there'll be jeers or anything from the crowds who were there, but he's not going to come back to any kind of public role, and I think that's entirely correct. He's always been a very arrogant man, in my view. I've met him a few times over the years, and he was too pompous. He said he was too honourable for his own good.
That's what he said in the interview, wasn't it?
Well, I think he was too pompous for his own good, actually, and there is no place for him now amongst the working royals.
You must have, as I think you referenced, was it 38 years, did you say?
35.
35. Sorry, I've added 3 extra years on. I'll take them away, 35. You must have seen many troopings. Is there any memories that stand out for you over the years? You mentioned the Jubilee, the Diamond Jubilee.
Climbing up a huge ladder, that's what I had to do. A ladder that went miles and miles into the sky. Right. I don't know what, that was our commentary position because I did radio and television. And so I was like in a bird's nest looking down at it all, which was fantastic, actually. It was very windy and quite cold. But I just loved the thrill of the occasion and the joy it brought to the crowds. I mean, I think we do the pomp and pageantry exceptionally well in this country. And I think we've seen that recently at the coronation and other great occasions of state. And people just get a thrill out of it. So, yeah, I loved all of them.
Do you ever have any indication of what goes on behind the scenes? Did you ever get, over the years, did you ever hear what might happen before they come out on the balcony? Because I'd imagine it's always the King or the late Queen would always come out first. So there's probably a bit of jostling behind to kind of get in position and be, you know, do you think that...
I don't think they jostle. No. I don't think they jostle. I think it's carefully choreographed. I think it's carefully choreographed, obviously. There's all this seniority and protocol. God, over the years, people ask me about protocol. I don't have time for protocol. But obviously within the family, they work out who does what. But personally, I couldn't ever be doing with all that stuff, curtsying or saying Your Majesty or Your Royal Highness. I'm sorry, but I couldn't say it.
Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, your go-to channel for the truth about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Today we're diving into a compelling narrative that answers a question many have been asking. Why won't Prince Harry ever return to royal life? Jennie Bond, a former BBC royal correspondent, recently shared her thoughts on Harry's journey and why his return to the monarchy seems almost impossible. And honestly, her words might surprise you. He was the cheeky chappie, the one with the mischievous grin and a twinkle in his eye, always ready to charm everyone around him. We watched him grow from a boisterous boy into a brave young man, facing the world with a spirit that was both endearing and inspiring. He stole our hearts as the playful prince, always full of life and laughter, bringing joy to those around him. He charmed us with his down-to-earth nature, a rare quality in someone of his stature. He connected with people, making them feel at ease, whether they were young or old, rich or poor. There was an honesty about Harry, a vulnerability that resonated deeply with the public, especially after the tragic loss of his mother, Princess Diana. He wore his heart on his sleeve, this prince who was just a boy when his world fell apart, showing a depth of emotion that was both touching and relatable. The nation felt for him, grieved with him, and stood by him during those dark days. We hoped for his happiness, for him to find peace amidst the pomp and ceremony of royal life, wishing him the best in his journey. Little did we know then that his path would lead him away from the palace walls towards a different kind of freedom, one that he would carve out for himself with courage and conviction. Behind the palace gates, young Harry faced turmoil few could imagine. The grandeur of royalty masked the deep personal struggles he endured. The fairy tale crumbled under the weight of his parents' troubled marriage. The once happy family was now a battlefield of emotions and conflicts. The constant scrutiny of the press, the flashes of cameras invaded their lives relentlessly. Privacy was a luxury they could no longer afford. Then came the unimaginable Diana, the people's princess, gone too soon. Her sudden departure left a void that could never be filled. A nation mourned, and a young boy grappled with unbearable grief. The loss of his mother was a wound that time could scarcely heal. We watched as he walked behind her coffin, a poignant image etched in our memories. The world saw a young prince forced to confront the harsh realities of life. The weight of the world seemed to settle on his small shoulders. The innocence of childhood was overshadowed by the heavy burden of loss. He was forced to grieve in the public eye, his childhood stolen by tragedy. Every tear, every moment of sorrow was captured and broadcasted for the world to see. The seeds of discontent were perhaps sown then, the yearning for a life less ordinary, a life away from the spotlight that had brought so much pain. The young prince began to dream of a different future, one where he could find peace and solace away from the relentless gaze of the public eye. Years passed, and Harry blossomed into a man of strength and compassion. He served his country with courage, his time in the military shaping him. Yet the yearning for something more lingered. The constraints of royal life, the constant scrutiny, the lack of privacy, it took its toll. Finding love with Meghan, a woman who understood the pressures of fame, proved to be a turning point. Their decision to step back from royal duties sent shockwaves through the world. Some criticised, others applauded, but for Harry it was a leap of faith, a chance to reclaim his life. He chose his family, his own well-being, over the gilded cage of royalty. It was a decision born of courage and a deep desire for authenticity. Section 4. Finding sanctuary across the pond. California beckoned, a place where sunshine met the sea, far from the grey skies of London. The Golden State, with its promise of new beginnings and a less restrictive life, became their haven. Here Harry and Meghan could redefine themselves, away from the stifling protocols and expectations of royal life. He traded the pomp and ceremony for playdates in the park with his children, Archie and Lilibet. The cameras still followed, but there was a newfound sense of peace in his eyes. He was no longer a prince bound by duty, but a father, a husband, free to forge his own path. Section 5. A love story written in California sunshine. Their love story unfolded under the California sun, a testament to their resilience. Meghan, his soulmate, his confidant, understood the pressures he carried. Together, they built a life that prioritized their family and their own well-being. He embraced fatherhood with a joy that was palpable. Gone was the awkwardness he sometimes displayed in public, replaced by the ease of a man who had found his purpose. He was present, engaged, his love for his family radiating outward. California had given him space to breathe, to heal, to simply be. Section 6. A new dawn, a new legacy. Will he ever return to the gilded cages of royal life? It seems unlikely. The allure of the crown, the pomp, and the circumstance no longer hold the same appeal. He has chosen a different path, one that leads to genuine happiness and fulfillment. Harry has found something far more precious than a crown. He has found peace. In the laughter of his children, in the quiet moments with Meghan, he has discovered a new kind of royalty, one that is built on love and authenticity. He is no longer defined by his royal title, but by the choices he has made, the love he shares, and the man he has become. His journey is a testament to the power of personal transformation and the courage to follow one's heart. His legacy will not be one of royal engagements and formal dinners, but one of courage, compassion, and a determination to live life on his own terms. He has embraced causes close to his heart, using his platform to make a real difference in the world. He has shown the world that sometimes walking away is the bravest thing you can do. It takes immense strength to step away from tradition and forge a new path, one that is true to oneself. He is a modern-day prince, rewriting the rules of royalty and reminding us that happiness often lies beyond the walls of a palace. His story is an inspiration, a reminder that true nobility comes from within. Thanks for tuning in to Meghan and Harry Tales. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the lives of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Until next time, stay curious and stay kind.